now hearing from the family of Joanne Johnson for the first time. The 93-year-old woman was found dead in her Augusta home earlier this month. Police are investigating her death as a homicide, but say there are no suspects at this time. Joe Baker has the latest on that investigation.
There are still unanswered questions after 93-year-old Joanne Johnson was found dead inside her Augusta home this month. The Augusta Department of Public Safety says the crime took place sometime between September 2nd and 3rd in the 1700 block of Robin Street. Police have been speaking with neighbors searching for answers. The Augusta Department of Public Safety says no suspects have been identified at this time. Neighbors now have questions as to who's responsible.
There is a killer on the loose. I mean, she's dead. So yeah, it's really sad because she was 93. I mean, last all those years and then to die like that, that's awful. I mean, I've got no sympathy for someone that does that.
In a statement from the family, Joanne's son, Tim Johnson, says, "My mom was a wonderful and kind person. It was very common for us to hear stories of how people enjoyed interacting with her. The situation is inexplicable, no different than getting struck by lightning on a cloudless day. The family has no words or ability to understand what has happened. We would refer any questions on the investigation to the Augusta DPS, who we believe to this point are pursuing this with incredible professionalism, compassion, and effort." If you have any information, you're asked to contact the Augusta Department of Public Safety directly or call Crime Stoppers. In Augusta, Joe Baker, 12 News.